Well, instead of doing my joke today, let's just stay in this energy of do you know? As we just move out of meditation into this, because, I've wanted to bring prosperity teachings to this community, and and I think we talk about it intermittently, but in terms of a really focused class, and the class really wasn't what the congregation was calling for. So I just discerned that over the next 4 weeks, that what we can do together is what I call just a prosperity summit. And I saw this visual of the summit, like we're raising our consciousness, about prosperity. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next 4 weeks. And so what it felt like today, the energy around today, was to lay the foundation for this exploration around do you know? What is it that we know? And what is it that we know is true? So I thought what would be powerful today for us was, as part of that foundation, for us to do a ritual around releasing. Many of you have shared with me that you really enjoy, at the beginning of the year we do a burning bowl. And then on Good Friday, we do a releasing ritual. And you shared with me, I think we need to do it some more. So how about today, that's what we do, as a foundation to just release and then claim the infinite abundance that we are. How's that sound? That sound good? Okay, so when you came in today, you should have received a bulletin. Does everyone have a bulletin? Okay, so the reason I ask is, in the back of your bulletin, there's just a little space for you to take notes if something comes up for you during this time. And does everyone have something to write with and a piece of dissolving paper? If you do not, raise your hand and the ushers will come. Okay, right here. Just raise your hand. So just make sure that you have something to write with, because we have pens and they all work. And we have dissolving paper. Okay. So, there's some controversy in spiritual circles about teaching prosperity. Did you know that? They're not necessarily in New Thought circles, but in churches. And so I just wanted to address that a little bit. And what really came to mind, and I went and read about, what some churches are saying about the prosperity gospel, and that sometimes it doesn't support Scripture. But as we know, we can find Scripture that supports whatever we want it to support. I mean, I'm not saying that to be judgmental. I'm just saying that this is true. Because in the face of, don't store up your riches, we also have Malachi 3:10 that says, bring your tithes to the storehouse and prove me, right? So for me, I think it's important for us to talk about prosperity, because I don't believe our lives are compartmentalized. That if we are spiritual beings, since we are spiritual beings and we're on a spiritual journey, that we get to look at every area of our life and how are we expressing the truth of what we are in every area of our life. And in the area of prosperity, which many people think is just money, but what we know is it's not just money, right? But money is a part of it. And if that is not expressing the way we feel that we would like it to, our spiritual teachings reach every part of our lives. And so it's just like in church, in the board, when we have our budget and we come and we report about the finances of Unity of Gaithersburg. Everything, we might report those facts, but everything that we report and everything that we do is imbued with our teachings. So prosperity is no exception. So today, let's go into a space, once again, I just invite you to be in this conversation with me this morning in the space of either meditation or just quiet reflection. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to, if you don't want to. But if you want to, that's fine. But I just invite you to turn your attention inward as I am leading you through some questions. And so just notice for yourself as I lead you through these questions, what's surfacing for you? Okay? Are you with me? Are you there? Are you good? Okay. All right, well, let's take a deep breath. And so I just want to ask you the question, and this might seem like a no-brainer question to you, but do you want to live abundantly? And if the answer to that question is yes, do you know what that would look like for you? What is your definition of living abundantly? So everyone has their own idea of what abundance is. It's personal to you. Is having something what it means to be prosperous or abundant? But if you don't have something, does that mean that you are not? So whether or not we see ourselves as abundant is based on the beliefs and thoughts we hold about abundance. So, do you know what your beliefs are about prosperity and abundance? What are your beliefs about prosperity and abundance? Because what we teach in Unity is that what we believe creates for us our experience of our life. So, for example, if you see and hold the belief that the world is a scary place, maybe filled with lack and struggle, that is going to be how the world occurs to you. If, however, you were able to lift those beliefs from the lens of your perceptions, you could see and embrace the belief that the world is a place of opportunity and possibility, filled with love and joy, and that could be how the world would occur to you. So by perceiving the world through these lenses, you would be tapping into the abundance that is already your being. Becoming aware of the beliefs we hold about abundance and really being honest about that is part of the foundational work we must do in order to allow the infinite field of abundance to express in our lives. So let's explore those beliefs, the patterns of thought that we hold that impact our expression and claiming of abundance. So let's start with, what beliefs do you hold about the world? So reflect on that for a moment. What beliefs do you hold about the world? Is the world a scary place? Is it filled with fear and lack? Or is the world a place of love, of endless opportunity and possibility? What are your beliefs about the world? And what are your beliefs about life? Were you taught that life is hard and a struggle and that everything comes through hard work? Or does life typically flow with ease and little effort and abundance? Does life have start and stops and ebbs and flows? What are your beliefs about life? Do you know what your beliefs are about yourself? What beliefs do you hold about you in relationship to prosperity? Do you believe that you are infinite creative energy? Do you believe that you are substance, which in unity is what we teach is the creative energy of the universe? Do you believe that you are divine? Do you believe that you're the Christ, which in unity is divinity, wholeness, life? Do you know that you are source energy and that within you is the energy that creates worlds? Do you believe that? Do you know that you are whole regardless of what's happening in your life? Do you know that you are worthy and deserving? Do you know that you are love? Do you know that you are abundant no matter what circumstance is happening in your life? And do you know that you deserve to express the abundance that is your birthright? Do you know this? What do you believe about you? See, so often we let our past and what we are seeing right now in our lives determine what's possible for us. Our past truly has nothing to do with what we can create right now. So do each of you have some beliefs that maybe you would like to release? Okay. Yeah, because many of us did not grow up hearing that we were infinite and whole and life was for us and there's infinite possibilities everywhere. So what I'm going to invite you to do is on that little sheet of dissolving paper that you have, I'm going to invite you to write down a belief. I'm going to invite, you can write down as many as you want, but I'm going to invite you to write down one that you are really committed to letting go of. Write it down on that little piece of paper, that piece of dissolving paper. And what I'm going to invite you to do when you're ready is to come up and place that piece of paper in this tub of water. And as you place it in the tub of water, just take the stirrer and stir it. And watch the paper completely dissolve. And let that be a representation to you of that belief being lifted from your subconscious, being released forever. So Jim, would you play a little bit of music for this so we can just get in our heart space even more further, more deeply? So just write down on that sheet of paper, and when you are ready, just whenever you are ready, just come up 2 at a time, and just come up and place that piece of dissolving paper that holds that belief that you are ready to let go of as the foundation for building a new relationship with the abundance that's possible for you. And if several people come up at a time, I just invite you just to create a line and just allow the two people that are up just to have their moment. And after you have dissolved your paper, just gently go back to your seat and just stay in a space of meditation. So you've created a space, so I just invite you to fill it right now. Just take a deep breath, and I invite you to close your eyes and just silently repeat these affirmations. I am infinite abundance. I claim my divine inheritance now. I am whole, worthy, and deserving. I am divine. I am infinite abundance, and I claim it now. I am open to its expression now. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Just take a deep breath. You've done some mighty work today. And so what I invite you to do in the coming week is just to continue to be in reflection and just see if there's anything else that you would like to release. And you can do that, of course, without dissolving paper. But just check. Because, folks, I am looking at a room full of amazing, whole, beautiful, divine beings. All that are worthy, all that are deserving. So breathe into that truth with me, would you? And let's affirm together. I release the past and create space for infinite abundance to express in my life. I know infinity is the nature of me, the world, and life. Possibilities are endless, and so it is. Amen.